Hello, everyone. Welcome to Prompt Engineering and Generative AI tutorials. Today, we are going to talk about a high-level overview of what is prompt engineering, what is generative AI. These are the two buzzwords that have been creating rounds and very popular nowadays. At the end of the video, you should be able to tell what is a prompt, what is generative AI, should be able to create good prompts, or at least tell the difference between a good prompt and a vague prompt. We'll see some examples of it. All right. So let's start with what is generative AI? Have you ever noticed that when doing Google search, it shows on the top, create generative AI output? Something is there on the top, right? So what is generative AI? It's art AI. Of course, it has AI, it's a name, so it is artificial intelligence. It is a branch or a section of an AI that focuses on creating new data. I mean, something new creation. That is why generative, like generate, create new data, such as text, images, music, stories, poems, audios, videos, everything. It essentially acts as like it's your creative assistant. You can write an essay, give it to it. It can correct your grammatical errors, spelling errors, other errors, and make it look more professional. It can create outline of a code, a programming code, a Python code, Java code, anything. It can create an outline of the code. You can ask it to write stories for you, poetries, anything, novel content, anything you can based on anything that the system can learn. What are the traditional AI systems used for? Traditional AI systems are used for prediction, classification, but AI systems are used to create new content. Okay. So how it works? First, it needs to learn anything, whether it's traditional AI, such as classification, prediction, or generative AI. All AI models need to learn first, just like humans, right? If we do not learn something, how will we implement or create anything new? If we don't learn how to cook, we cannot cook. We cannot just go simply stand there in front of the stove with some whole bunch of ingredients, but we don't know what all ingredients to add to it, right? So we got to learn first. So that's learning, that's come first. And then comes the next step is the generation. Once trained, the model can use its knowledge and generate an entirely new content that resembles the data on which it was trained on. So see, this is important. So let's say if it's a model which, what do you call, it's trained on just generating new code, and now you go and ask it to write a poem, it will do a bad job at it. Okay. So it's like learning the language of a specific domain and then use that language to speak in a similar way. What are the different applications? Where all can you use generative AI? In creative industry, obviously, right? Like generating images, music, text, scripts, a lot of stuff. Product designs, create new designs, product ideas, drug discovery, simulating molecules and materials to discover new drugs. Software development, it can write code snippets, or the entire programs. Now, what is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is actually, what is basically a prompt? It's something that you will ask. It's an either ask, which is a question, or you will instruct the AI model to do. So it serves as the starting point for the AI to generate creative text, languages, whatever, write different creative contents or anything, or you need an answer to your question, anything informative. So it is nothing but an instruction or a question. And prompt engineering is the science of learning how to create the code properly. Now we'll see how to create the prompt properly. So it involves crafting prompts so that you get the very specific information, or rather the information that you were really looking for from the AI model. Some characteristics of a good prompt. It has to be clear and concise wordings. So let's say if I want in an exam, let's say, or forget about I want, in an example, in an exam, you just have something, write an essay. It's a very vague question. On which topic are you going to write an essay? How many words are you expecting? Okay, what is the context? You need to be specific, right? Otherwise, everybody will write different essays. Okay, so that is what being clear and concise. Very specific instructions. So, say for example, write a Python code to calculate the factorial of a number. See, very specific. If you just say write a Python function, what is the function supposed to do? So very clear. See, you're saying it has to calculate the factorial of a number. Or write a poem about the beauty of a waterfall. So you're being very specific. You wanted to write a poem, but about what? About the beauty of a waterfall. So that you get the exact, very answer near to your expectations. Be very specific. Say, for example, an essay. So write this essay in 500 words. So it's very specific. Okay, 500 words or less. Give the context. So give the situation, like what the text should revolve around, a background information. So let's say about like a story, write a story which is in World War I era, okay, about two friends who are separated and then how they found each other. So something like this. So you give the context to it. So context means nothing but background information, relevant data, and examples of what you are looking for. And in details, you can give it the genre, characters, settings, tone, or the desired style. Conciseness. So keep it focused. So while providing context, it is important to avoid overloading the prompt with unnecessary information. Impersonation. This is another important thing that you could do. You can tell AI that tell me a story or write an essay how Leonardo da Vinci would write it. So become that person and talk to me in that style. So, which means it can adopt the voice, style, and characteristic of a specific individual or an entity while completing a task. So this involves craft prompts that guide the model to mimic the language patterns, personality traits, and knowledge base associated with the chosen persona. See, for example, write short news report in the style of Leonardo da Vinci, describing the recent discovery of a new exoplanet potentially capable of supporting life. So, in his style, what is the context? And see, we're telling, include these details, the name of the planet, location, galaxy, describe the planet's characteristics such as size, temperature, everything. Express Leonardo da Vinci's curiosity and the potential excitement about the discovery. Use the vocabulary and sentence that aligns with his era. Okay, so this is how this entire thing is a prompt. And the output that the AI will generate, whether it's GPT, like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Bard, which it was previously called, any generative AI thing. Okay, so you need to be very specific. All right, that's all for today. So today, what did we learn? What is generative AI? What is the meaning of generative AI and how it is different from traditional AI? Generative AI can create new content, content that does not exist yet. What is prompt engineering or what is a prompt? It's nothing but an instruction or a question that you give to the AI model to get the response that you're expecting. All right, more to come in the coming lectures. Stay tuned. Bye.